Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm still with Sister Cecilia, and as we spoke on our first video, she was telling us about how she was a pioneer of the Atteridgeville ward and how she built or helped to build the Atteridgeville ward to what it is today. And so she moved from Atteridgeville. The name it's a bit difficult for me, but I think it's Bronkhorstspruit.
Yes.
Bronkhorstspruit. So she moved from Atteridgeville and went for greener pastures in Bronkhorstspruit, and fortunately, I think this is the work that the Lord had prepared for her. She found herself being a pioneer again in Bronkhorstspruit. And so today we are again here to hear about her pioneer journey in the Bronkhorstspruit area. And so she will tell us about how she met the church or how she helped to build the Church of Jesus Christ on that side. Sister Cecilia, another faith promoting story from you. And I was interested when you shared that story with me. And I thought our viewers should definitely hear your story of Bronkhorstspruit. So you moved from Atteridgeville.
Yes.
And you decide to go to Bronkhorstspruit.
Yes.
But you don't attend church for some time because there's no church there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Take us through. How do you find the church in Bronkhorstspruit?
There was no church in Bronkhorstspruit, and I had my grandchildren. They were very small, and I felt like my children needs to know the truth. It needs to know where I come from and where I'm going. So I decided to teach them at home the Book of Mormon and all that. So every time when we have a lesson, I have to prepare. So I was working, selling sweets to the school children after school in Bronkhorstspruit, the Bronkhorstspruit Primary School.
Okay.
So when I was selling there, I was sitting under the tree waiting for the children to come. So this woman came to buy some sweets from me.
Now the children, is it the school children to come and buy, or your
the school children to come and buy after school. So we wait there, put our things, prepare our tables, so that the children after school they run to us and buy some sweets and go home. So this woman came and she found me whilst I was waiting for the school to come out. I was reading my Book of Mormon. So when I was busy reading my Book of Mormon, she came and she bought sweets and she said, "My neighbor is reading the same book." I got so excited. I decided to close the shop. I packed everything there and there. I packed everything and said, "Can I follow you to where you live? I want to see the person who reads this book." Because I truly wanted to have a church nearby. Because every time I would go maybe once in 3 months to Atteridgeville or Mamelodi. So I just
to attend the sacrament
to attend the sacrament meeting, yes. So I followed that woman. When I followed that woman, we got to a certain house. At the gate, it's written, "Welcome to the Comrie family." And I stood there and looked at the house. I said, "I know the Comrie family." And I knocked at the gate. That woman left me there. I knocked at the gate, and a small boy came out. "My dad is not here. He's sick. He's sleeping." And I said, "Please call your dad. I just want to talk to your dad. Call your dad." No, he's sick." And I said, "No, please call him." And the daddy came in. He was really sick. He had flu. So he came at the gate, and I told him that my name is Cecilia Letageng, and I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And he said, "I'm also a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints." And I said, "I know the Comrie family. I know Alex Comrie and Sister Dot Comrie, the wife. And I know John Comrie, who was my state president. And Alex Comrie was my bishop in Atteridgeville." So he said, "Let me call my dad." He took his phone, he called his dad. And then,
so actually, Alex Comrie was the branch president, and this was before Tate Maimane.
Yes, before Tate Maimane,
so
it was Alex.
President.
Yes, he was a branch president.
Tate Maimane to be the branch president.
Yes, before Tate Maimane, yeah. You know, Tate Maimane was taught in my house.
Is it?
Yes, to be a member, yeah. So, okay, and he called his dad. "Dad, I have a woman here. She says her name is Cecilia Letageng." And he said, "Wow, give him the phone. I know her." And I said, "Where's Komozo calling my kids in their names, calling your names also, your mother's name, the Mokokolos, asking me where are they?" And I said, "No, I am in Bronkhorstspruit. I don't have a church here. And he said, okay, fine, let's make a deal. I'm coming to visit my son this weekend. So can you come and have a lunch with us? And then that Sunday, I went there, we had a lunch. And when we had a lunch, we discovered that we can form a unit.
Okay.
So we formed a unit that consisted of two families, the Comrie family and the Letageng family. We were 9 people, but the unit continued, and the stake president was Kingsley. He supported us, he helped us, and then after church we would check at the records and see.
Is he still the stake president?
No, he's now the temple president. He's now the temple president.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So that time you were a group.
Yeah, we were a
just
group,
call you a group,
a
so
unit.
not like a group.
Yeah,
because most people, especially people who come from big units, they have sort of like a reservation when they must separate these big units to create small groups.
Yeah,
but I like that idea of bringing the church closer to the people.
Yes,
and I think that's the Lord's plan, that people shouldn't struggle to find the Lord's church. And I appreciate that the church is able to identify a group of people and say, instead of you traveling all the way to where the church is, where it's too far, you can have the Lord, because the Lord says it in the scriptures that where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I will be there. Yes. And that's exactly what you did in Bronkhorstspruit.
Yeah. We grew up. We became a branch.
Sure. From nine people.
From 9 people, now we're more than 30. Going there, 30, 40. We are somewhere there. We have a branch president now. We have a relief society. We didn't have those classes. We have a relief society. We have a priesthood. We have primary. We have young women. We're getting the only classes. Yes.
They are missionaries.
Yes, missionaries. Okay. The only classes that we don't have is the single adult class.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm sure as time goes on,
they will be there.
Most I don't think most units have single. Maybe the YSAs, but the single adults.
Even the YSA we don't have.
But a group of 30 people, it's big enough. Some units are even.
So we are growing.
And you continue to grow. You know what I like about your story, Sister Cecilia, that even though the church was not there, there was that thing, that love for the Book of Mormon.
Yes.
And I think that's what led us to this story that you are sharing with us.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe share with us about your love for the Book of Mormon.
Wow. You tell me the stories of the Book of Mormon. They uplift you. When you open the book, I remember one time, I want to give this joke. One time you were teaching Sunday school.
Me?
Yes. You were teaching Sunday school. And you said people like opening the book randomly and read. And you said, one day somebody opened the book randomly and the book said, slay him. So I love the Book of Mormon because when I was teaching my grandchildren when they were growing up, I would teach them as if they're in primary and grow up with them until I taught them seminary. They are now in seminary, even though I'm not teaching seminary now, but I taught them until the level of seminary. So the Book of Mormon is my life, is my pocket book. If I don't read the Book of Mormon, my day doesn't go well. Yes. So it gives me a testimony, and it gives me the love, love. As Jesus has said, if you keep my commandments, and the other thing he said, love one another. And then if you continue loving one another, you become my disciples. I've discovered that because I continued to read the Book of Mormon. I became a disciple. Now we have members who didn't know about the church, and members who knew about the church but didn't know where to go. We made it possible for them to come to Bronkhorstspruit. They were there in Bronkhorstspruit, but they didn't know what to do. So, when you pray God and ask God that where I live is far from the church, what can I do to attend church every day? And God answers every prayer. Every prayer that you pray, God answers it. So he answered my prayer and brought the church to Bronkhorstspruit.
Thank you for sharing that story with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I was just thinking now that when we talk about church history, you are there. We
Yes.
cannot talk about the history of Atteridgeville without mentioning your name.
Yes.
We cannot talk about the history of Bronkhorstspruit without mentioning your name, because you are a pioneer of those two units. So
Okay.
thank you for what you do,
Thank
and
you
God
very
bless you.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks.